What's up, guys? Today I am bringing you the combo video for the Tenpai Dragon Ruler deck profile. Today I'm going to be showing you two separate combos. One is going to be a Tenpai Dragon Christia lot combo for going first, and the other is going to be a 1.5 card combo using Spectral and any dragon to get you to your disaster, which is your tower 4,600 unaffected towers. So for the Tenpai Dragon combo, we're going to be using one copy of Dora Dora. You're going to normal summon your Dora Dora. Dora Dora is going to add you Genroku. You're going to use Genroku's effect to special summon himself and make himself a level 4 tuner. You're going to synchro with these two into your Sangenpai Bident Dragion. You're going to use Dragion's effect to reborn out the Genroku. Now we're going to use Genroku's effect, attributing himself to special summon another Tenpai Dragon from the deck, and that is going to be Tenpai Dragon Pydra. Pydra's effect on summon is going to add us our copy of Sangan Kaiman. We're going to go ahead and activate the Sangan Kaiman to add ourselves Tenpai Dragon Chundra to our hand. Chundra's effect says when you control another fire dragon, you can special summon himself for free. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Then with these two, we're going to synchro into any other level 7. This can be, I've gone with Ade's Meteor Burst. You can do Black Rose Dragon. You can do Kui Belt if that's what you prefer. I personally just go with Ade's Meteor Burst. We're going to overlay these two into our Chasma. We're going to use Chasma's effect, detaching a material to send a Dragon Ruler and have Chasma copy that card's effect. In Title's case, that is going to be You Foolish Burial Monster, which in our case is going to be our Archdroid Christia. Now, in this case, we are just going to go ahead and pass our turn right here, and you want to wait for them to already activate a card. The reason for this is because they then can't imperm the Chasma. The good news here is even if they go, okay, main phase, or draw phase, draw, standby phase, imperm Chasma, you can still chain Chasma's effect because the chain link happens in that Chasma gains the effect immediately. So imperm will not negate Chasma. So you wait until they activate a card, then you Chasma effect, detach to send, and you're going to send Redox, which his effect is just to Monster Reborn a monster. And that is going to, of course, be our Archlord Christia. I personally think this is a better line than the Kawakime or Drago line. Excuse me. Just because Kawakime or Drago, the main way you're summoning that is off of Heraldic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres, in which case you just do whatever you can to get 2 dragons on board, which to be fair, that is easier than going through a full combo to get to a rank 7 Xyz monster with 2 materials attached to it. That is easier to do, yes. The problem is Kawakime or Drago, his attack becomes 0 when you summon him off of Heraldic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. That can be beaten by a Karibo. So if they have a way to summon anything after you spheres them, if they have a way to summon anything with more than 1 attack point, they could just attack over Kawakime or Drago and they can just go full combo from there. Whereas with Archlord Christia and the Chasma, Archlord Christia has its full 2800 attack. And the important part about that is there is not a single monster in the game that can be normal summoned without a tribute that has more than 2800 attack without using stuff like equip spells and whatnot. So it is a little bit harder to get over this. Granted, this still loses to something like Fallen on the Virtuous. You know, they just send a card to pop it, or Raigeki, but Kawakime or Drago also loses to those. So I personally prefer the Archlord Christia line because I find it to be a little more consistent. Plus, Kawakime or Drago only locks them out of Light and Dark, which, granted, if those are the two, most prevalent decks in the format, by all means. I might even say combine the two. That's not a bad idea, but I personally prefer the Archlord Christia line. With that, we're going to go ahead and get right on to the second combo, which is going to be your Disaster combo. All right, for the second combo of this video, we're going to be using Spectral plus any other dragon. I'm just going to be using a second Spectral. but I am like 98.5% sure this can just be any other dragon. So we're going to go ahead and activate Spectral's effect, discarding itself and another dragon to add Blaster and Title. This can either, or not Title, Tempest rather, this can either be Tempest or Redox. We're going to activate our second Dragon Ruler's effect to special summon itself, banishing Spectral or your secondary dragon specifically in the grave, and the Blaster from hand to summon itself. Triggering the Blaster effect, that is going to add us Genroku. Genroku is going to special summon himself. And then we can tribute Genroku to special summon out Pydra. Pydra's effect is going to add us Kaiman. We're going to go ahead and activate the Kaiman to add ourselves Chandra. And whoop, there. Chandra, we're going to special summon him. And then we're going to synchro with these two into Bident. Bident is going to revive pretty much anything here. We're just going to link it off to get some more dragon names in the graveyard in a minute. Clean this up a little bit here. We are going to go ahead and overlay these two for Chasma. We're going to use Chasma's effect. Doesn't matter what you detach here to dump Title. Title is going to dump us our last Dragon Ruler. Then we're going to link off our dragon that we reborn with Bident into our Striker Dragon, and then we can link these two off into Hieratic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. I don't believe this is summon number 5, but they don't have a really ideal place to Nibiru us, honestly, for a majority of the combo. So just to get more dragon names in the graveyard, plus if they do decide to Nibiru at any point, we now have the spheres. Now, because we haven't used Redox or Title's effect, if you added Redox earlier instead of Tempest, it would just be Tempest and Title. You can use their effects, but we have to banish Chasma off of this. That's very important. So we're going to banish Chasma, and then just whatever other 3 dragons we want to banish. To special summon out these two here, we can overlay these two for Eclipse. An Eclipse effect on summon, we are going to target the Spectral, shuffling it back into the deck to reborn out our Chasma here. And now we have 2 rank 7 Xyz monsters. We can overlay these two for Disaster. And his effect on summon is going to equip him from grave or banishment with 4 level 7 dragon rulers. So that is going to equip all of our dragon rulers onto him. And if you are going second and you pull this off, you're obviously gonna banish a whole bunch of stuff from your opponent's field and grave. But this is a going first combo, so that's not gonna happen. But he is a 4,700 unaffected towers. And it is important to know that he is truly unaffected. He is unaffected by everything. If you read his card text, it says, also it is unaffected by other cards' effects. So it's not unaffected by activated effects. It's not unaffected by monster effects. Not unaffected by spell or trap effects. It is unaffected by everything. Everything, it is unaffected. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little combo video. I'm going to be trying posting a lot more videos like this, where not only am I going to be posting weekly, but I also have a dedicated outro video. As some of you may notice, if you've been following me for a little bit, I am obviously in a pretty different place. I've recently moved in with my girlfriend. We're living in an apartment now. We got together. So it's going to be a little bit different. That's why there's, some boxes back here. But I'm going to be trying to post weekly. This video is going to be going up on Thursday, which is when I posted my last video. So weekly Thursday videos. I may move that to Fridays or Wednesdays. But we'll see how I feel about that. But let me know how you guys felt about these combos down in the comment section below. Let me know if I missed anything. And I will see you guys next time. And remember, don't drown.